Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma may hate Simon Doull's harsh comments, but India's implosion against spin is discomforting. Some 40 minutes into day 2 of the second test in Pune, a huge roar went up at the MCA International Stadium in Pune. It's not often that such a reaction greets the fall of a home wicket, but the roar wasn't because Shubman Gill was dismissed. It was more to welcome the man who would take the number 3's place at the batting crease. Virat Kohli is one of India's all-time greats, a crowd puller if there was one. As he strode purposefully to the middle with India on 50 for 2 in response to New Zealand's 259, the 20,579 fans at the venue hoped to get their money's worth, believed that the former captain would make their day. It took only 8 minutes for their hopes to be dashed. In that time, it was clear that Kohli had come armed with a smart game plan that involved opening up his stance and placing his left foot outside the leg stump to take leg before, which is how Gill was dismissed, out of the equation, but Kohli didn't last long enough to make that minute adjustment count. The 9th delivery he faced, from New Zealand's bowling hero Mitchell Santner, was harmlessly floated up, a full toss that Kohli would have creamed through the covers 11 times out of 10 at his peak. He hasn't been at his peak for a while now, but even so, to see him try to swat it through mid-wicket, miss it completely as his bat hit the pitch, and lose middle stump was scarcely believable. As he heard the death rattle behind him, Kohli was in shock. Santner experienced the same emotion. He doesn't usually miss those, usually they go for 6 and the crowd lapsed into stunned silence, unable to comprehend what was unfolding in front of it. Kohli was one of 9 Indian batters to fall to Kiwi spin on Friday morning, 7 to left-arm spinner Santner, 2 to off-spinner Glenn Phillips. It can happen, of course. Bowlers are there to take wickets, whether they are pacers or spinners. But India have imploded far too often against spin in their own backyard of late for a pattern not to emerge, for whispers about their vulnerability against the turning ball not to gather decibels. Simon Doull, the former New Zealand paceman, said on commentary that it was a misconception that Indians are still very good players of spin. Having seen them concede wickets in a rush to spinners of all ilk, Australia's Steve O'Keefe took 12 wickets at the same ground in 2017, while subsequently, India have had their issues against Todd Murphy, Matt Kuhneman, Shoaib Bashir, Tom Hartley, Rehan Ahmed, Mehdi Hossain Miraz, Tajul Islam, Winand Uhasaranga, Dunitwel Alij, and even Jeffrey van der Say, among others. It's hard to argue with that line of thought. Doull's assertion isn't likely to go down well either with India's fans or the larger Test squad, but the evidence is overwhelming.